What's happening, guys? Good morning. Good morning to you. It is Monday, November 23rd, 2020. It's Thanksgiving week. It has arrived. And this morning, we're going to talk about the importance of being mindful, how mindfulness actually connects pretty closely to gratitude. Let's get started.
It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life. And then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.
All right, what's happening, guys? Good morning to you. Happy Monday and happy Thanksgiving week to you guys. Happy to be here with you this morning. And as I was thinking about what to talk about this morning, to be honest, I had so many different things running through my brain from this weekend, from conversations that I've had over the last week. It's been kind of a crazy season, right? Getting up to this point of Thanksgiving week. The holidays are upon us, right? From Thanksgiving, we roll right into Christmas, Hanukkah, all those kinds of things. And so, it's really important this time of year to be mindful, to kind of be present, to be, dialed in. And the importance of that really rings true with the connection that mindfulness has to gratitude, right? And, we talk a lot on this show about the importance of spending quiet time and really, what that quiet time is being mindful, right? It is getting that time to kind of, focus yourself in on what is important. So I wanted to share with you guys, just some of the things that spending some time being mindful have done for me. I wanted to explain to you the whole concept of that, and hopefully it will help you implement this into your life. Just spending a couple of minutes a day being mindful of all the things that we have, especially on a week like this where we have so much to be grateful for. Understanding the definition of mindful and what it will do for your life is really important. So I wanted to say good morning to some folks. Christopher Filippelli, what's happening, man? Good morning to you. Jonathan, good morning. Christina Berry, great to see you here. Carla, good morning to you. Keith Calloway, my man, up and at 'em early out there on the West Coast. Cindy, good morning. Tammy, my girl, always here from the West Coast as well. David Martin, good morning to you. Dave, good morning from Chicago. Good morning from Pittsburgh, man. It was brisk out there this morning. Felt great getting out of my truck, walking into the office this morning. Lewis, great to see you, brother. And Tina, good morning. And my beautiful wife just jumped on here. Good morning to you, babe. So mindful, what is the definition of mindful? It is to be conscious or aware of something. The example that the dictionary gives us here is we can be more mindful of the energy we use to heat our home. So you can be more aware, more conscious of something, right? The second definition is really what I wanted to focus on this morning. And that is focusing one's awareness on the present moment, especially as part of a therapeutic or meditative technique. And in a lot of ways, I work in the construction industry and we talk about this all the time, but the whole idea of certain things being taboo, whether it be the idea of mental health. We're going to dig into some of that in the 2021 season. For our company, the idea of mental health in construction, for those of you that don't know, suicide in the construction industry is a big problem. There's a lot of challenges in that arena, and we're going to try to tackle some of that. We're going to bring that conversation to the forefront. We're going to be mindful of what is going on in the construction industry with regard to mental health and suicide. But being mindful is, people look at, whether it be meditation, and people don't understand that a lot. I am not a person that really fully understands meditation. I would love to, but I have not gotten to that point in my life. But it is really about just spending time being present, being quiet, understanding what's going on around you, spending time being grateful. As I was driving in here this morning, I started to kind of, get in my own head, like, what is it that I want to talk about? And, I had things bouncing around, and I'm like thinking to myself, like, I started to feel that kind of, uneasy feeling that I think we all get, like, man, am I picking the right topic? And it literally just hit me in a minute. I'm like, man, I should probably be mindful that, that this is the challenge that I have, right? That, getting on here and having the opportunity to have so many people and so many friends that support this show and show up every single morning, that my problem in life, as we call them in our company, in Top Contractor School, we call those first world problems. That this is the challenge that I have. Be mindful of that. Be mindful of the fact that I have so much to be grateful for as I enter, the week of Thanksgiving. And, being mindful leads to gratitude. And that is why I wanted to talk about this morning, is I think that, with Thanksgiving week upon us, it's really important to maintain the perspective of exactly what that means. And I think that it's really easy, especially in a year like this, where there's so many challenges and so many things that we could focus on, so much turmoil going on in the world, right? My wife and I had this conversation just this weekend about just what we choose to consume, what we choose to actually let into our minds. It really does impact us. And it can create this just kind of repetitive nature of these negative things that are going on in the world. It's very easy to end up in a ditch instead of ending up in the right place in life. And I think that all starts and ends with being mindful. As you spend some time every day being mindful, just quiet time, right? People, a lot of people meditate. I just call it quiet time, man. I just, sometimes it's in my truck. Sometimes it's when I get into the office here. Sometimes it's at my house before I leave. I just kind of sit in my office chair at home, and I spend a few minutes just thinking, right? Just quiet, just being still, just setting my phone down, turning the world off, and figuring out what exactly is going on in my life. And every single time I'm overcome with gratitude about all the things that are incredible. And, it is, it's a gift, to be able to spend those moments with ourselves, and I think that far too often we become reliant on others for our happiness, for our fulfillment, for our ability to keep going. We're relying on other people. We're relying on motivation and inspiration to keep us going, as opposed to spending a few minutes of your day just being mindful and letting that mindfulness lead you to gratitude. And you can't be stressed and grateful at the same time. Those two don't mix, right? So if you just spend a few minutes every day this week, just a couple of minutes of quiet time, and it's amazing. Like, if I said to you, spend 5 minutes just, of quiet time, just being grateful for what you have, thinking about everything that is great in your life, you might think to yourself, well, 5 minutes isn't a very long time. I promise you, if you put the timer on and you sit there quiet with nothing else going on in the world around you, that you will realize just how long 5 minutes is. And you'll also realize how much you can list to be grateful for in just a matter of 5 minutes. And so I think it's really, really important for us to realize this week, that your awareness of what's going on in the world around you, your awareness of what you're consuming, of the conversations that you're having, of the words that are included in those conversations. Are the people that you're interacting with, are they full of gratitude, or are they full of fear? Are they full of positive and encouraging words, or are they full of skepticism and negative words? Very, very important stuff. My wife and I were talking about some of the things that are going on in the world, and the ability to get caught up in the fear of that, right? In the fear of, some of the things that make us uneasy, right? That we're unsure of, whether it be politics or the virus that is still, plaguing our country and shutting cities down and shutting states down and presenting challenges to businesses everywhere. It's easy to get caught up in the fear of that. But it's also very easy to get caught up in the positive side of that, which is, being mindful and grateful of everything you have, of your family, of your friends, of the love that surrounds you. And when you are mindful and present in your life, you are able to connect with people on a different level. And what's interesting to me is that I don't think that we all realize, those people who are very mindful. And, I am a person that spends a lot of time doing that every day. I don't think we realize how much other people sometimes don't do it. And encouraging other people to be mindful, to spend that time every day is probably one of the greatest gifts that you could give them. It's just spending that time every day, realizing what you have, realizing the gifts that God has put in your life. And, realizing those gifts allows you to treasure those gifts, right? To really appreciate them for what they are, to look around you and realize exactly how many things are right in your life, because so often we are always looking for what's wrong. And so, that ability to spend that time being grateful, that quiet time, that mindful time is so important. And I think that I wanted to start off this week with that topic, because I think that it's the perfect momentum builder to go into Thanksgiving Day, right? And spending the holidays, just being in the right state of mind. And it doesn't matter, how you're spending these holidays, you will still have just as much to be grateful for. In some cases, we've got, loved ones that are afraid to spend the holidays together this year. And, that's a challenging thing too, right? That can send us off track. It can frustrate us. It can, make us feel like we're missing out on something. But remember this, if those people weren't special to you, if you didn't have those relationships, you didn't have that love in your life, then it wouldn't feel that way. It wouldn't feel like you're missing something. So that is something to be grateful for in itself. That is the perspective that allows us to face challenging times and do it with grace and gratitude. And I think that, as we go into this week, if we can do this, if we can set that example for others, if we can, be mindful and be grateful, and not only be mindful and grateful, but tell others that you are grateful for them. It is it's a really important time to do that, right? Because remembering not everybody has family to spend these holidays with. And this has been a challenging year. And for those that, may not have family, it's really important to receive those phone calls, to have somebody maybe invite them over for dinner, have somebody reach out to them, ask them how they're doing. Being mindful will lead you to those things. And, as I spend that time, there's so many things that come into my mind to remind people to do. There's so many things that I remind myself to do during those minutes that I spend being mindful, and just quiet time in my life. So hopefully it will help you start your week off right. And it is 7:51 on the East Coast. It is not too late to spend a few minutes of quiet time this morning, kind of getting your thoughts straight as you enter this week, making a list of what you're grateful for and thankful for, and then working that list. Reach out to those people, maybe send them a card in the mail, maybe send them a message on social media, whatever it may be. But think about ways that you can lift somebody else's spirit this week and show them that you're thankful for them, that you're grateful for them. So I hope it helped you start your week off right. I hope it provided you with a little bit of perspective this morning. And I hope you guys have an awesome week. It's a special week. It's just leading into the holidays. This is my favorite time of year. You get to kind of shift gears and spend time with the people that matter most to you. And it'll make it extra special if you spend some time reaching out to people this week and kind of expressing your appreciation for them and just for those people that are special in your life. Make sure you connect with them this week. So wishing you guys an awesome week, and I will see you again tomorrow morning, same place, same time, right here on Morning.